Welcome to GC Reddy Technologies. Manual testing resume preparation. Software testing resume preparation. In this resume, I used manual testing only. Some people are having only manual testing knowledge or experience, some knowledge on automation. Say, sections of an IT resume. Say, these sections depends on a resume format. I used one not only important. I used one sample format. Generally, how we prepare resumes by collecting sample resumes. After reading those resumes, we prepare our resumes. Sometimes we may take our friends' support, suggestions, etc. Okay, this is a sample format. See, first, in our IT resume, contact information. See, top of the first page, name, your name. Field name not mandatory. Name, suppose Gedi Mahit or Venkat Malakullu. Like, next, mobile number, your contact number. Next, email ID. See, for email communication. See here, I used personal mail ID. See, you need not give company mail IDs. Suppose you are working in a company, for example, ABCD company. Your mail ID is your name at ABCD company, abcd.com. You need not give that one. Actually, that is official one. Give personal mail ID. Okay, name, mobile number, email address for communication. Nowadays, some people are using their social network, social account links also. Their LinkedIn profile. Next, any other Instagram profile, etc. LinkedIn is technical network. Suppose Facebook, general network. Okay. Next, career brief. It is not mandatory. Generally, after contact info, people starts career objective. In career objective field, generally we write what is our objective. Suppose currently I am working as a software test engineer. Want to become an automation engineer. I want to utilize my skills in your company and upgrade myself, like your career objective. 2 or 3 lines, career objective. Next, I added career brief. It is not mandatory, but if you write career brief within using these 2 lines, employer can easily understand your skills. For example, observe, understanding test requirements. It is my core responsibility in my career. Next, deriving test scenarios, test case documentation, test data collection, test case execution, test reporting, and continuous development, test reporting, up to test reporting. Next, continuous development of testing skills. It is my career brief. Next, professional summary. Observe, professional summary. Contact info, career brief, not in regular formats. Contact info, career objective, professional summary, certifications, software skills, organizational experience, projects. So projects depends on your experience, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, and no limitations or no restrictions are there for number of projects. Suppose for 3 years, 3 projects, 5 years, 5 projects, no such type of restrictions. Depends on project size, depends on your team size, that project duration depends. So Number of projects depends on your company. Project 1, project 2, project 3, like that. In project 1, project information, project info means project development technology, testing method, team, etc. details. Next, project description, 5 or 6 lines, project description. Suppose ours is online banking system. It has personal banking, corporate banking, like modules, information. Project description and responsibilities, your job responsibilities. Next, project 2, same project info, project description, responsibilities. Next, at the end, personal information. Personal information. See, data, it is optional but best practice. Date of birth, nationality, languages known, address. Next, nowadays, most of the IT people adding cover letter. And some people are adding reference letters also. If available, you can add reference letter and cover letter to your resume. They are added advantage. Okay. Next, first, what is this section? Contact info. Okay. Next, career objective. Okay. Career brief also I explained. Career brief optional. Next, come to professional summary. Suppose I prepared this resume for 3+ years experience. If more than three years or below 3 years, that professional skills size, professional skills capacity may vary. Okay, engineering professional means here I am indicating my education, BTech or BE, engineering professional. Suppose if you have BTech computer science and engineering branch, you mention BTech within bracket CSE or ECE like branch information. Otherwise, general engineering professional having 3 years of software testing experience. Okay. Next, understanding, analyzing, and streamlining test requirements. Next, knowledge of different levels of testing. Say we have 4 levels of testing: unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. As a test engineer, you must have at least some knowledge on all levels, but our level is system testing. As an independent tester, we conduct testing at the system testing level, testing on integrated system. Next, familiar with functional and non-functional testing. See, it is these are test types. Basically, in testing area, functional testing market share is 65%, non-functional market share 35%, below 35%. See, but you mentioned familiar with functional testing and knowledge, experience on functional testing, and what is that one? Knowledge on non-functional testing. Non-functional testing means performance testing, usability testing, security testing, etc. Next, well versed with test documentation. Example, test scenario, writing test scenarios from requirements. Next, test case documentation, test data collection, writing defect reports, writing test metric reports, etc. Next, expertise in bug report and tracking process, etc. Using Bugzilla and issue tracker. Bugzilla is defect management or bug management tool. Using a test tool, you can manage defects, or using Excel sheet also you can manage. But nowadays, companies are using any one tools for defect management. You write this one. Next, knowledge on SQL to conduct database testing. See, whether it is manual testing or automation testing, database testing can be done using SQL. Relational database testing only. For non-relational database testing, no SQL database testing, that is different. But most of the time we conduct SQL database testing. So knowledge on SQL database testing, knowledge on SQL language, structured query language to conduct database testing. Next, familiar with programming fundamentals, structured programming like C, object-oriented programming like Java. See, nowadays, for automation testing, programming knowledge is mandatory. For manual testing, no programming required. For automation testing, especially for functional automation testing, programming knowledge is required. So, familiar with Java or Python. If you know both Java and Python, it's very good. See, nowadays, functional test tool Selenium uses Java, Python. Next, IPM mobile test tool, IPM uses Java or Python. So, familiar with Java and Python fundamentals. Next, knowledge on test automation tools like UFT, Selenium. Nowadays, UFT is slowly getting outdated. Knowledge on Selenium and JMeter. Selenium is functional test tool. JMeter is performance test tool. Next, excellent communication. Say, above are hard skills. Next, soft skills. See, hard skills, soft skills, both required. Hard skills are subject skills. Soft skills are communication skills. Okay. Excellent communication, interpersonal skills, quick learner, versatile, adaptable, and process oriented with high customer orientation, familiar with industry standards, quality standards like ISO, IEEE, etc. Next, education. In this field, in this section, you mention your education. Suppose if you are a fresher, you mention three lines. One is SSC, details about SSC, one line. Next, intermediate. Next, degree, bachelor degree. If you have PG, 4 lines. Suppose if you are experienced person, you need not mention SSC, intermediate, degree, PG, like all qualifications. You mention your final qualification, highest qualification. See, this is experienced resume, highest qualification. Bachelor of Engineering, ECE, Electronics and Communication Engineering from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, JNTU, Hyderabad, Telangana, in so and so year. Okay, next, certifications. ISTQB foundation level from ITB. ITB is Indian Testing Board, chapter of ISTQB. Okay, next, nowadays, competitive market, having any one certificate is an added advantage. Certification is not mandatory, but added advantage. See, for manual testing, ISTQB is better, inexpensive and easy to pass out that one. ISTQB foundation level, lifetime, no expiry date like. Okay, ISTQB foundation level certification from Indian Testing Board in April. See, if you pass ISTQB certification exam, they will send one certificate to you, and they write your name and year of pass out in their website. Then you can show that details. Okay, and above the resume also, you can place ISTQB symbol. You can download that symbol from internet. You can use that symbol. Okay. Next, software skills. Say, for software testing, manual testing is core subject in this resume, but other software knowledge and some experience also mandatory. See, first, operating systems. Operating systems knowledge is important for all types of jobs in the IT industry. So for software developers, software testers, business analysts, project manager, etc. See, for manual tester, operating system knowledge. Okay. See, Windows. Suppose Windows 7, 8, 10. Suppose 3 years experience, you can show just 10, 11 or 8, 10, 11. These are client side operating systems. Next, server side operating systems. 2016, 2018. Next, Linux. You mentioned this one. See, Windows important. 2 client side operating systems, 2 server side operating systems. Next, Unix flavor, Linux. Next, programming knowledge. Already I told, even though you are a manual tester, if you know the programming knowledge, it is an added advantage to you. In future, if you want to learn automation, then it is easy to learn. Okay, as a manual tester, knowledge on Java and Python. Say, in this video description, I will provide Java and Python links, video links. You can track, you can learn your own. Okay. Next, documentation software, MS Office. If MS Office, it works on MS Windows. Next, Open Office, it works on Linux. Suppose if you don't know Open Office, leave it, no problem. MS Office. Okay. For our software documentation, MS Word, MS Excel like software are more useful. Next, databases. See, database knowledge is important for conducting database testing. MS SQL Server, MySQL, or Oracle. Okay. Next, test management tools. ALM, knowledge or experience. Application lifecycle management, formerly Quality Center. Next, Jira. Next, web technologies. Here, management tools. You can mention, what is that one? Bugzilla, etc. Web technologies. See, nowadays most of software applications are web applications. So you need to familiar with web environment. You are not going to develop web applications, but you must know the web technologies as a web tester. See, web testing, web functional testing can be done in 2 ways: using manual testing and using automation testing. Okay, Selenium is web application test tool. Okay, here familiar with HTML, cascading style sheets, just the knowledge, XML and JavaScript. Suppose if you know what is web server, what is application server, that is advantage. Next, experience. Suppose I am working only from the beginning. I am working in a single company. That time you mentioned this one. Suppose multiple companies. For multiple companies also, you can mention like this. Since February 2000 some year, with Info System company name Bangalore as a QA tester. Okay. Suppose if you worked for more than one company, mention those company names. Okay. Next, projects. Project 1, title. Title of the project. For example, digital signature. Next, project info. I told now. Project info. Application environment. Windows, Java, Oracle. Test method, manual testing. Your role, QA tester. Your role, QA tester. Next, some people mention this one also, duration of the project. It is optional. If available, you can mention duration. Next, okay, your role you mentioned. These is enough. Application environment, test method, role, duration. Okay. Suppose if it is current project, duration you mention February 2022 to till date. If it is previous project, you can mention from to. Okay. This is current project. You place your current project beginning as first project. Okay. Project description. Here you write your project, purpose of the project in 4 or 5 lines. Okay. Next, your job responsibilities. For example, as a 3+ years experienced manual tester, verifying test environment, understanding and analyzing test requirements, contribution to test plan documentation. You are not a test lead, but you are contributing to test plan documentation. Next, deriving test scenarios, documenting test cases, collecting test data for functional testing. Next, updating traceability matrix document, creating test batches. And one more thing, these responsibilities are not constant for every company as well as every project. Depends on your project, depends on your company. See, in generic manner, I prepared this. Next, collecting test metrics and documentation, updating test cases and test data. If any updations are there, you can update. Next, team communication and customer communication. Next, project title 2, multi-banking system, test method manual testing, environment, this one, QA tester. Next, if you want to write duration, project duration, you can write. Some people write team size also. If you want to write, you can write team size. Means providing more information. Next, project description. Already I told 4 or 5 lines description about project. Next, job responsibilities. Say this is my current first project, career first project. Say in some companies for freshers, they give existing test cases for execution. Next project onwards, they give documentation, test case documentation as well as execution responsibilities. That depends on your company. Okay. Understanding and analyzing requirements, understanding existing test cases and other test documents, updating traceability matrix document, creating test batches, executing test cases, reporting defects. See, suppose for my first project as a fresher, I didn't write any test cases. I executed existing test cases. My lead gave that responsibility, tracking defects. Next, sanity testing, and regression testing, updating test cases if required, tracking changes, team communication, etc. Next, last one, personal information. Here, if you want to give full information, you can give date of birth, nationality, next languages known, next your address. Some people may use having passport, next blood group, etc. Next, nowadays most of the people attaching reference letter and cover letter to resumes. They provide a weightage to your resume. Thank you.